Good afternoon, average homesteaders. Today we're going to process my 15 meat birds. Right out there is my birds. I already have one in the culling cone, bleeding out right now. Here's my dipping water to get the feathers off. I have that on a like a turkey, outdoor turkey heater thing. That's an old pressure canner that no longer functions. I have a yard bird chicken feather plucker. Now, after reading a bunch of reviews on it, I did before I bought it, but I've read a bunch more afterwards. I'm not sure if I'm going to regret this purchase or not, but I did take an old license plate and I wrapped it around the discharge underneath the chicken plucker to try to keep water away from the electrical components of this plucker, and those are right there. I'm not going to debate whether it's a poor design or not. It'll judge itself. I've also cleaned everything with bleach. I've got a clean surface right here, a very sharp knife, temperature probe for keeping track of the temperature of the dipping water. You want it to be 145 degrees to 155 degrees at the most. If you get it too hot, you'll scald the bird and the skin will come off in the plucker. I've got 2 coolers and a dipping station right here. Once the birds are defeathered, they'll go straight into this. This is just cold water. It'll help clean them a little bit, draw a little of the blood out. Then they'll go into this cooler where there's some ice and more cool water. And they'll finally end up in this cooler where it's a high percentage of ice. You want to get the temperature of your birds down to 40 degrees before you put them in the freezer. If you don't, then if you put a lot of chickens in there and they're warmer than that, they can actually cause your freezer to start defrosting from the inside due to the heat of the meat you just put in there. So I'm going to get this set up and we're going to get started on defeathering this bird. Let's dip this bird, swish it around. Looks like we're going to have storms today. If so, we'll move this operation totally inside the barn. There we go. There you go. Pretty good. Only took 20 seconds. Okay, this is one of the male birds. You can see that's a pretty good size animal. Now, all I've heard about processing chickens is, boy, does it stink. Uh, my opinion is no. I mean, it's not a pleasant smell, but it's not an overpowering smell. So, don't be afraid of that. Okay, so far I've done about 4 birds. The chicken plucker is working great so far. I just took the top off and cleaned out some feathers that were underneath. There really wasn't that many. Everything seems to be going into the bucket down here. I think this guard that I put on there, that I took a license plate and bent it around and put it on there, I think that is helpful. It keeps the feathers from getting on the motor and overheating. My dipping station's working well. The only thing that's a learning experience is actually butchering the bird once it's in this state. This is the first time I've done any of this. So, by all means, it's a learning process. I don't have anybody here talking me through it. But we are getting it done. It may not be the prettiest process, but it is happening.